Hello everyone. Let's see what is an instrument. An instrument is nothing but a device which is used to so many physical parameters like temperature, pressure, time, and as well as electrical parameters, voltage, current, etc. So the instrument provides the signals and the magnitude and behavior of the signals. So we are in need of instrument in a day-to-day life as well as scientific research and industrial purposes also. So this is the functional elements of an instrument. It is having 6 functional blocks. So we will see one by one. The first one is variable quantity. So variable quantity in the sense these are all real-time parameters which is under measurement. Okay, this is called measurand. So the variable quantity which is we are going to measure is called measurand. The examples are pressure, temperature, speed of a motor, temperature of a boiler, etc. So the next block is transducer. So this is the primary sensing unit of an instrument system. It is also called sensors, which means this transducer is having the physical contact with a parameter which is we are going to measure. So this is the first stage of the measurement system. So example of the transducers are bellows or diaphragms in the pressure transducers and thermocouples in temperature measurement system. Actually what the transducer was doing is the transducer sensing the physical parameters or physical quantities and then it converts into another form, maybe a physical quantity or an electrical quantity. There are two types of transformers classified upon the function. So the primary transducer converting a physical quantity into another physical quantity. On the other hand, secondary transducer is converting the physical quantity into an electrical quantity. Okay. Next, the next functional block is variable conversion unit. So variable conversion unit, what is the function of this? The output of the transducer are often required to converted into another form. For example, output of one transducer might be of a physical quantity, but it is not suitable for processing or transforming to another place. So that it has to be converted into the electrical signal preferably, which is easily transferable, which means transmittable or controllable. For example, you are seeing this is a strain gauge. So strain gauge is used to measure the pressure. You might have seen in the weigh bridge on the highways, which are used to measure the weight of the cargo devices, cargo transport devices. Okay. So this is the strain gauge. It's nothing but a strip of wire. When a pressure applied on this, the parameters, that means the cross-sectional area and length got varied. Okay. So depending upon this, the resistance of in between these two terminal, it gets varied. Okay. So if we apply the voltage across this, we can get a differential output depends upon the weight applied on this. Okay. So this is one of the example of variable conversion units you might have seen in the highways, in the weigh bridges. Okay. The next functional block is signal transmission unit. So the signal transmission unit is mandatory when The measurement or measured data has to be transmitted to a remote place. So that we are in need of signal transmission unit. The data transmission unit acts as a communication link for transmitting the signal from one to another. So some of the common data transmission units are cables, wireless antenna, transducers, telemetry systems, and so on. So this is one of the example. The control signals are transmitted from Earth station to spacecrafts by a telemetry system using radio signals. Here the telemetry system is acting as a transmission unit. The combination of signal conditioning and the signal transmission unit is known as the intermediate system or measurement system. So the primary sensing unit acts like a first stage of the measurement system, and these two combination of these two units is known as intermediate stage of measurement system. So next we are seeing the recording unit, signal recording unit. See, most of the applications requires the data measured or the signal measured has to be stored and recorded for the future reference purpose. So it is depends upon the need and depends upon the application. But in nowadays, data storage is very much mandatory. So the data storage is in earlier days you might have know about the various multiple type of storage system. You might know pen drives, hard drives, and all. Here I am showing one of the conventional data recording unit. It is a XY recorder. Okay, it is a XY recorder, XY plotter. It is having a magnetic tape. You are seeing in a ECG, in the hospitals. So that's all working on this principle. So the measured data has been plotted into this paper. You might have stored and you can refer it for future. Okay. So some of the example, magnetic tape recorder, X-ray recorder, XT recorder, optical disc recording, and etc. The signal recording unit. This is about signal recording unit. The next most important and final stage of the measurement system is signal utilization or display unit. Signal utilization or display unit. So the measured physical quantity has to be displayed and to be interpreted to the observer in the understandable manner. Okay. So then only it can be monitorable or controlled or analysis purpose, whatever it may be. So first thing is it is visual display. So visual display is required to measure and monitor. So whatever the parameters we have to monitor, we need a visual display. So I am showing here some of the measurement instruments which you are seeing in laboratory. Okay. So this thing is CRO, cathode ray oscilloscope. You might have seen in the laboratory. This is a display unit which displays the electrical signal into the waveform format. And this is the screen. You might have seen the measured electrical signal in the waveform pattern with respect to time. With respect to time, we can observe the voltage and current data. Okay. And these two meters are, one is voltmeter, another one is ammeter. Voltmeter is used to measure the voltage as well. It has then two types, one for AC ammeter, AC voltmeter and DC voltmeter. And this is ammeter. It's also having two kind, AC current and DC current. And this is the multimeter, which is all-purpose meter. You might have known. It is used to measure voltage, current, resistance, and used to check the continuity. So some other purpose is also there. So these are the, and one more thing, this is dial gauge. This is dial gauge. Generally it is used, you might have seen in the petrol pumps when you are pressuring your tire, the technician might have using this to check the tire pressure. So this is the pressure gauge. It is used to measure pressure. Sorry, it is displaying the pressure in this dial. Okay. So this is the final stage of a measurement system. The example of so many other example of display units are there. They are computers, printers, laser or whatever it is. So they are all signal utilization or display units.